Hello everyone and how's it going? Here is Orca Sensei and today we're going to talk about Angels of Death episode 6. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Today I would like to start talking about Rachel because so many happened in this episode and I think we might finally be able to figure out what happened to her and why she's here in the first place. You all remember her story, right? How she saw someone getting killed and how she was buffed in for counseling, and after that, she suddenly woke up in this strange room where everything began. You remember it, right? Well, with the information we have right now, this doesn't make too much sense. At least to me. I mean, why in the world would you bring a 13-year-old child to such a strange building just because they saw someone getting killed? Doesn't make too much sense, does it? There has to be something more of Rachel's story that we don't know about yet, and we have to figure it out. This is what we are going to discuss in today's episode, and many more. The fact that Rachel has a gun and she knows how to use it changes everything. Besides that, the expression Rachel had on her face when she shot Kathy, it was a killer's expression, in my opinion. Because she knew what to do and how to do it, she wasn't afraid and she didn't hesitate it. These all are signs that Rachel experienced something similar in the past. In other words, yes, I think that Rachel is a criminal and that's the reason she was buffed here, because she's also insane like the other ones. Besides that, even Kathy mentioned that Rachel was a great criminal after all, because she hid herself very well until the end when she showed her true colors. What I also find interesting is that when Rachel tries to remember something, she can't remember the whole story. She remembers only pieces of the story, which means that something really important that shook her happened to her, and that's why she can't recall it. The scene when Rachel saw someone getting killed, in my opinion, is just another part of the whole story. Because between this moment and the moment Rachel was counseled at the hospital, there is a huge time gap we don't know anything about. And in this moment, Rachel was already in shock and something might have happened. This might be the moment when Rachel killed that person. This is just my opinion. Besides that, in the elevator, Zack praises Rachel for shooting Kathy at the right moment. In other words, Zack praised Rachel's skills, which is another sign that Rachel has some experience in using guns and in dealing with such tense situations like shooting a person or killing it. Speaking of Zack, in this episode he totally lost control, not only because the drugs Kathy gave him, but also because of his disturbing childhood. If you remember the last episode, you saw everything what Zack went through, and it was pretty hard. Zack was mentally abused until he couldn't take it anymore, and that's what made him the monster he is today. At this point, when he killed that couple, there was no going back for him. He was already insane. But going so far as killing yourself or trying to kill yourself in order to fulfill your sick desires, I think that's a little bit too much, even for someone like Zack. I mean, I didn't expect him to do something like this. Well, did you? What I like about Zack is that he has this weakness for Rachel. He wasn't able to kill her, and maybe that's a sign that Zack will be able to change in the future. What I also find interesting in this episode is that it finally felt like a horror survival anime, at least for me, because the anime went to that moment that even your friends can be that insane that they turn their back on you and they will start hunt and kill you. I mean, Zack running after Rachel trying to kill her again, it's something that I definitely didn't expect it, and it felt really great. I really felt the tension and I liked it. What I didn't like in this episode was the face to face confrontation between Kathy and Zack and Rachel, because to me it didn't felt like anything special. I didn't like it because I was expecting a little bit more, which of course I didn't get, and I don't know, it wasn't that interesting for me. Was it for you guys? But what I'm happy about is that in the end, Kathy got what she deserved. I mean, she was also a criminal and she got punished by her own rules. The last but not the least problem in this episode is what is going to happen to Zack. Well, in reality, if you lose that much blood, there is no way to survive at this point. But this anime is full of surprises, and I hope Zack will survive somehow. Well, I guess we won't know this until the next week's episode, and we have to wait to see it. Well, guys, that was all I had to say about this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, we will meet next time, and have a nice weekend. Bye, guys.